Welcome, beloved friends, to Daily God's Promise, Day 12. Today, on September 12, 2025, we embrace a profound and deeply reassuring promise from John chapter 6 verse 37. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and the one who comes to me I will by no means cast out. This is a promise from Jesus Christ himself, offering a divine guarantee of unconditional acceptance. It directly addresses our deepest fears of rejection and not being good enough, and assures us that in Him, we find eternal security. 1. We will discuss the historical aspect of the verse. Jesus spoke these words after feeding the 5,000, as the crowds struggled to understand who He was. Many followed Him for bread, but He pointed them to the greater truth. He is the bread of life. In this promise, Jesus assures His listeners that everyone the Father draws will come to Him, and when they do, He will never reject them. This was radical in a religious culture where people were often excluded or disqualified. The verse begins with a statement of divine sovereignty. All that the Father gives me will come to me. This promise reminds us that our salvation is not an accident but is part of God's perfect plan. God the Father is actively drawing people to His Son. This is a beautiful assurance that your faith is not just a random event, it is part of God's intentional work to bring you into a relationship with Him. 2. A divine guarantee. The heart of the promise is found in the final phrase, I will by no means cast out. In the original language, this is a powerful double negative, an emphatic way of saying, I will never, ever cast you out. This is Jesus' divine guarantee of unconditional acceptance. It is the core of the gospel message. No matter what you have done, how unworthy you feel, or what secret struggle you carry, Jesus will never reject you when you come to Him in faith. 3. A promise for every struggle. This promise is a lifeline for anyone wrestling with shame, guilt, or the fear of being unfixable. It tells us that when we come to Jesus, we are not met with a cold shoulder or a locked door but with an open heart and an open invitation. His acceptance is not based on our performance but on His perfect, unwavering love. His grace is greater than our sin. 4. A promise of eternal security. In a world of broken promises and fleeting commitments, this promise stands as a rock of eternal security. We cannot lose our salvation because it is secured in the hands of the one who promised to never cast us out. This truth frees us from the anxiety of trying to earn God's love and allows us to rest in the finished work of Christ. It gives us a peace that the world cannot give. 5. Old Testament cross-references. God has always invited people to come freely, as in Isaiah chapter 55 verse 1. Everyone who thirsts, come to the waters. God's drawing is rooted in love, as in Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 3. I have loved you with an everlasting love. God's character is faithful and unchanging. The psalmist says 94-14. The Lord will not cast off His people. 6. New Testament cross-references. Jesus' invitation is for all, as in Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Eternal security in Christ, as in Romans chapter 8 verses 38-39. Nothing can separate us from the love of God. Christ perfectly and permanently saves, as in Hebrews chapter 7 verse 25. He is also able to save to the uttermost those who come to God through Him. Living in this promise today, if you have been holding back from God due to fear or shame, this is your moment. Come to Jesus just as you are. He sees your heart, and He has promised, I will by no means cast you out. Believe in this promise, and find your security, peace, and eternal acceptance in Him. May you find your rest and your security in the saving arms of Jesus Christ. God bless you and give you grace after grace.